to Scatterboom. Scatterboom breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Another Scatterboom is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
On this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. Today. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the track. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries a Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Her three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
I'm not going to try to hit into that ball. I'm just going to dig it.
All right. Well, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Thirsty Thursday's edition of Pitchfork Lunch. Definitely want you to get your thirst quenched in Sun Devil Nation here, which is again very phenomenal. Very phenomenal to do. And you see the shirt, the Rose shirt. Yes, it's Molly Miller's statement after Coach Dillingham had made his about, and he said, I don't know if it's right, but Coach loved it. So, again, she had him made up, and I was lucky enough to get one. And, on Pitchfork Lunch, we're absolutely going to obviously hype it and pump it up because that's what I do. But anyway, yes, I am Michael Caratenuto at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, although I know late today. Apologies. It's, But nonetheless, hey, we're still getting our thirst quenched because it was a phenomenal night. At Desert Financial Arena. The women's volleyball team just crushed Texas Tech coming off that loss against Iowa State on the road in 5, but they take Texas Tech out in 3. So again, that is awesome. We will get to that. We will hear. You'll see. I'm going to try and get you the play of the year. Everything's smooth now. So, the smooth, silky, phenomenally athletically talented play from Lamagora. So, yeah, absolutely phenomenal. But nonetheless, I am Michael Kirchner, said at Diablo00 on X, formerly known as Twitter. Check out the show there live every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Also, you can go to the wonderful world of the good old IG. Yes, the kids call it the good old IG at michael.caratenuto.5. Yes, you can do that. Also, guys, YouTube. Go to YouTube, and you know how to get there. Watch live, but guys, subscribe to the channel. If you've missed anything, you've missed a plethora of phenomenal con reviews as we have here on Pitchfork Lunch. Because guess what? It is. Whether it's obviously coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum, a wonderful athletic director who we will be having on next week. Just trying to figure out the date figure out the day, but it will be next week. We will get to talk to Graham Orsini again. And again, love having him on the show. Obviously, as busy as he stays, as active and involved. And I mean, people say, yes, that's an athletic director's job. But I'm just saying, the accessibility, the creating the community, and we'll talk about all that. But you can go to YouTube, and if you missed those interviews I already had with him, you can subscribe. And you subscribe, you can get caught up. And when I get caught up, meanwhile, if you didn't see any of season 1, all right. If you didn't see any of last season, season 2, you got a lot of work to do. But your Sun Devils, I know you can get it done. Forks up to that, because all you have to do is go to YouTube, and then when you subscribe to the channel, you can watch 2 episodes a day. Watch start with season 1, you watch the first 2, and then keep watching season 3, and then you go through season 2, same thing, and then I would say probably by if you did it, and you take a little you'd probably be caught up sometime in March, and obviously you're still watching season 3, but you'd be through season 1 and 2, or you'd be caught up sometime in March before we end season 3, and then boom, mind blowing, you'll be all good to go. But yeah, you see my name, Michael Caratanudo. So it's go to YouTube, but the page, if you search the page, it's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe, like I said, because I mean, there's some awesome alum that we've talked to, aiming to get more. And yeah, I mean, I coaches, players, bringing it around, going out to practice, interviews, getting sound, taking you inside, breaking it down. Like, you can get caught up, and there's nothing more amazing than going through Sun Devil Nation. And this weekend is going to be an insane weekend. I know I talked about it, mentioned it yesterday, starting tomorrow, what's going on. But yeah, it's just, again, absolutely awesome. So, what was I going to say to you? Oh, yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be a crazy weekend, but yeah, you can get all caught up, and I mean, we're going to have a lot of fun. Believe you me, we will have a ton of fun with it. But yeah, I mean, between hockey, volleyball, men's and women's hoops, swimming, triathlon is hosting the national championship. Actually saw a team from Queen College from Charlotte, North Carolina, that's out here for that. So yeah, I mean, I know I've mentioned triathlon, and I said quite a while back they were hosting, and man, it is here. It freaking flew by, guys. But yeah, so I'll start talking about that. That starts tomorrow. So yes, but like I said, between triathlon and hockey, volleyball, men's and women's hoops, swimming, man, it is a just phenomenal Sun Devil weekend. So, and it was, obviously basketball this week, women right here, women's hoops, they got the victory over Coppin State. And then the men beat Southern Utah. And again, you heard from Coach Hurley and Pig Johnson yesterday. Yes, Anthony Pig Johnson. His mom gave him that nickname. One of the first questions for him. Was the first question for him. But yeah, they get the win. So men's and women's hoops both start 1-0, have a chance to start 2-0. Women play Saturday, and I'll remind you again tomorrow, but they play Saturday at 2 p.m. Swimming is at 11 a.m. Women's hoops is at 2 p.m. And hockey is at 5 p.m. What a amazingly, just ginormously entertaining and fun and perfect Saturday. Go down there and watch it all. You guys can hang out. Kids, you want stuff to take kids to? I mean, different events, all the action going on. And yes, of course they'll pay attention, But Yeah, very excited. But yeah, volleyball last night, guys. Getting into it, man. They just absolutely trounced Texas Tech, 3 sets to none. First of all, 3 sets to none. The first set was 25-6, my friends. That is just crazy. I mean, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, that's insane. Yeah, 25-6. 25-6 in the first set. Hey, everybody has their sets, but guys, at that level, something like that. I mean, the Devils in the heart of it went on a 14-0 run. Another thing that's just unheard of. Coach tweaking, mix and matching the lineup, tweaking it just a little bit. But again, Coach pulling all the and yeah, his lineup's just doing it. I mean, Noemi Glover, we heard from her after the game, and well, both her and Ella Lamagora, who again had to play. But yeah, when you look at, I mean, what they did 25-6, and then the second set, and again, Coach Van Niel has talked about this, how they started out. I shouldn't say joke, but as mentioned, started out really good in a lot of in first sets in general. And then in the second set, it comes back. Now, yeah, Texas Tech got off to a better start and didn't let them go on a 14-0 run. But the Devils still took the second 25-20 in the third set, just complete control of that to 25-16 is the score there. And, you look at kills wise, I mean, like I said, in 3 sets, she has 17 kills, 5 digs, and let's I mean, this is a Devils team that finished with 10 blocks. Yeah, 10 blocks, pardon me, on the match. And Texas Tech had 2. I mean, it was – but, yeah, Glover had 17 kills. Bailey Miller, double digits, had 10 kills. And then you had Ella Lamagora, who had 5, as did Kyla Presley, had 5. Tatum Parrott chipped in 4 for the Devils. Colby Neal, again, just – the way switching up, Lamagora had a little bit more time on the floor, but Colby Neal had a kill and a block. I mean, yeah, you look at it and 38 assists for this team. Sydney Henry had 23 of them. Bryn Koval had 8. Ace-wise, the Devils had 4. Bailey Miller had 2 of them, and then Sydney Henry and Piper Rama each had 1. Piper Rama coming in off the bench and serving, playing a little bit of back row again. And they stay so hyped, and coach again not giving away his secrets. We'll hear from him, but just man. But I tell you this, Ella Lamagora, guys, made such a phenomenal play. I am going to bring it to you because, again, it was so very awesome. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep, there it is. Oh, you guys are going to love this. I mean, showing off, again, her athleticism. On the ball. I'll put that over. And to her foot. And look at the pass. Just smoothly. No problem. Doesn't put too much on it. Doesn't extend the foot to blast it at her teammate. And the strength comes up with a huge great and just a longer point. I'm going to play it again and just let you enjoy it. But again, I mean, the foot gets the point there. But yeah, I want you to enjoy. I'm going to let you enjoy this. I'm going to go full screen, enjoy it again. But look, actually, we're not going to go full screen because, okay, look at this. So, my bad. There you go. So you see, love her with the tip. Dives and the line drive pass. When you guys look, she. Insane. I mean, look at this. Look at that. She's so sweet. The line drive pass. How can you not? Again, one more time, guys, because, and again, you might see it before the goes over, and then go through class. Line drive. Oh, actually, that was by St. Henry. Well, St. Parrot, but that's not. And on that pass, here's a crazy thing. Real quick, as we go back, you think it would go straight back. Like, I love out to Bailey Miller, who again stays calm too and guides it over. Now, yes, Texas Tech did get this one. But this is how hard Texas Tech had to work for points. With the kick save on the line drive pass, guys. So that in and of itself, again, absolutely awesome. It's just, it's I mean, fun to watch, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Glover, 17 kills, hit 696. Bailey Miller was 10 for 26. So, yeah, I mean, Bailey Miller, 10 kills, like I said, and then she hit 226. Lamagora hit 333. The Devils and Kyla Presley hit 375 with 5 kills as well. And the Bulls. So, I mean, it's, Colby Neal, you said it, and then Jillian Neal, again, didn't. We'll hear from Coach from JJ Van Neal, but, I mean, it's crazy to me because he did not, again, as a utility in some matchups and the way it was going, and, I mean, ripping through the sets, like I said, you rip through the first set 25-6, and you go 25-20, then 25-16. And again, Texas Tech struggling. I know I mentioned that the other day, record-wise, they're not doing the best. But, I mean, come on, guys. 25-6, like I was saying off the top of the show, at this level, yes, sheer and utter domination. But who's I don't know. I mean, the way they play, again, who's, playing hot, this and that. So, like, it's insane to me that obviously one of the top servers, and, again, the Swiss Army knife has played pretty much every position except for middle, she was talking about. So, it's not like an idiot. It's a passion. And, man, the way they play and the way Coach Van Neal talks about, like, I just – absolutely awesome, guys. Absolutely awesome. But yeah, I mean, and now when we look at it, the up to the minute 2025 Big 12 volleyball standings, both Colorado and ASU are 10-1, although Colorado's listed first. They have one more win than ASU, pardon me. They're 20-3, ASU's 19-3, but both 10-1 in conference play, and ASU beat them head-to-head, so ASU should be listed first, but Colorado 10-1, ASU 10-1, and then Iowa State again, who just beat ASU, and Kansas are both 8-3. Baylor and the team down south are both 7-5. TCU is 6-5. BYU is 6-6. K-State is 4-6. Cincinnati is 4-6. UCF is 3-8. UCF, is 4-7. Utah's 3-8. West Virginia is 2-8. Texas Tech is 2-9. And Houston is a lowly 1-10 in conference play in the NCAC. Thinking hockey in the Big 12. So, yeah. But I mean, yeah, this ASU team again leading. And yeah, BYU guys tomorrow night, DFA, you have got to get out there because BYU, I tell this to you all the time, and I show you, not making it up, man. They will travel in droves. Yes, there'll be a ton of maroon and gold in DFA, but there's going to be a little bit of blue, get a little loud, get a little rowdy, and supporting their team. So get on out there early, guys, and let BYU hear you booing or whatever when you chill. but BYU will bring again huge following. They were down in Tucson last night, taking on that team down south. Last night, so they BYU. Oh yeah, BYU. They actually lost to Arizona in 4. Sorry, I will call them that because they did beat BYU. But the team down south takes it 3-1, guys, and man, that's I mean, when again, I'm looking at the standings now because BYU, like I said, is 6-6. They're at 500. So yeah, I mean so that dropped BYU to 6-6 in conference play. They're 18-6 overall still though, but yeah, going down to Tucson, maybe overlooking. I mean, Arizona, I guess has been not that they've been bad, and not that they're obviously I'm saying they should be they're the greatest team in the conference. Blah blah blah. Like it's interesting because now with BYU, I mean, another loss to Arizona, and it would be another loss. They won the last one in 5, but BYU, and man, but yeah, we'll see what happens because now Arizona is 7-5, and they jumped ahead of BYU, TCU. It's interesting because. But we are going to hear from. Another loss to Arizona. We're going to hear from Coach Van Neal as again after the win. But yeah, we'll see what happens now. Arizona 7-5. I mean, it's Coach. Again, he's done such a phenomenal job. But yeah, I mean, Lamagora and then Glover. I mean, she was just. You'll hear Jeff Metcalf asked about just her starting fast and just crushing, making sure she is sending an exclamation point to the other side of the net every time she hits the ball. But yeah, I mean, Coach Van Neal, like I said, his 3rd season, and I mean, he's literally in the first 2 in the Big 12. But I mean, just listen to obviously talking about yes, being the head coach, knowing what they need to do, but what his staff does, and he says that he has the best support, the best assistant coaches, and who am I to say he doesn't, guys? Right? Who am I to say he doesn't? But yeah, I mean, it's been for Coach Van Neal, guys. It's just, you always say like the puppeteer, and again, not that I'm not saying the puppets, but pulling the strings, and every time pulling the right one, like it just they work hard. Yes, the game changers, players that don't get in games often that are on the bench will occasionally get one. Occasionally get a shirt or get some garb like that, because it's been Coach Van Neal, guys. Again, it's just, here, and again, that was pulling the strings, and every time pulling the right one. It's just, yes, they were hard, yes, the game changer. And yeah, we're just efforting, getting Coach Van Neal's post game up, because again, I want you to hear it, and you will hear it. Also, I want you to hear Ella Lamagora and Noemi Glover. We after Coach Van Neal, again, as that gets ready, we shall stream privately, because again, I don't need my computer, phone, getting anything somehow dumped into. So yeah, I mean, we're almost there with Coach Van Neal. Apologies. But again, I cannot get enough of this play, guys, because when you look at what Ella Lamagora does, even though the Devils don't get the point, guys. It's like, wait, where did it go? Okay, that's just being weird. There we go. But yes, I mean, it's just, again, so awesome. I cannot get tired of this play. Like last night, I was like, good for you, Ella. Not knowing you get to go there. But, yep, all right, there we go. Again, such a phenomenal play. And Coach is going to talk about that, just where the team's at, responding to Texas Tech, obviously coming off of the Iowa State loss. But this team, guys, I mean, is in a position to where, when the 16 or when the the midseason brackets for volleyball, postseason volleyball, predictions came out, and ASU was the number 2 seed. They were the highest number 2 seed at the time, as they considered Lance Tartle. So yeah, I mean, and then, like I talked about Jillian Neal last night, like I said, didn't get in, but obviously ready to go. And you have someone, just Coach said, it's just certain matchups were working, and Bailey Miller again playing all 6 rotations, having just an absolutely stellar season. it shows up. Well, okay, the range and depth, and we talked about this team being banged up, losing a few player here, a player there, and big, you know, Lucas is still a Gosco and probably 6 kids in. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, when you look at what Julian Neal can do, and the fact that Coach Van Neal is like, you know, hey, this is working out, this is how this is working, and constantly, obviously, talking and communicating with his coaches, what makes him a rental. It's crazy to me because when you think about it, like, how does she not just come in to serve? And again, she didn't have the libero jersey on last night. And when coach and the staff are breaking down film and they're looking at it, you're seeing tendencies, you're seeing what obviously another team likes to do, and you know how you might answer. And then when they counter, how can you answer to them adjusting and maybe solving that piece of the puzzle for a minute? So that's just the magic of Coach Van Neal, again, having the thumbprint on your team. And like you'll hear him say it, Jillian being Jillian. And that's what I think a lot of people obviously love, because he's like, she just doesn't get rattled. Like, oh, you got to go do 10 nurses and do 10 of the nurse station things, and then you can maybe do that. Side note. But anyway, Julian Neal, guys, like I said, it's awesome to have Colby on the team too, and what Glover's doing, and what Bailey Miller, again, working that other pin as well. So it's nope, we're not doing it again. Sorry. We'll do it before we go. Don't worry. But now, again, sorry, apologies. We are going to heal from yep, here he is. Without further ado, Sun Devil head coach JJ Van Neal.
Really fun environment. It was nice to see our team respond after a tough loss. We played out and probably played one of our more consistent matches, and thought my coaches did a really, really nice job on the scouting report, and the players did a really good job executing. So, all in all, good match.
Questions for JJ?
So, what'd you think of Ella's nice soccer pass?
That was a nice heads-up play by Long. Saved her out. That was cool.
And you mentioned, obviously, coming back from, a 5-setter at Iowa State. I know teams want to get back on the court, but just what did you see from them tonight? Fast start and just stayed there.
Yeah, I thought defensively we did a much better job, especially with some of the stuff we were working on. Just kind of being a little bit grittier on defense, and Ella's a good play, and there was a lot of plays where I thought in this match we were running stuff down that maybe we weren't doing in the last one. So I just thought we had some nice gas. It's good.
There were a lot of upsets last Friday, like all over the place. Is it kind of that time of the season? I know you had short travel, quick travel, turnaround, and that kind of thing. Is that something that's just kind of a liability this time of year?
Yeah, I think most coaches will tell you kind of the end of October, November is a little bit of the doldrums of the season. The season's pretty long. It's a grind, especially with some of the fast turnarounds. And we put these kids through a lot. So I think this is pretty common throughout. I don't know. Every year I've been in college, this is the time when I think you got to be really cognizant as a coach of it's not necessarily the physical weariness, but kind of the mental fatigue. So we try to shorten up some practices this week and keep them fresh, and that'll kind of continue through the rest of the seasons. I think most coaches kind of bring things, make it a little less intense as the season's going. Not necessarily practices, but maybe the length, because you got to keep them fresh and focused.
You guys held them to 0 as a hitting percentage as a team. What can you say about the defense?
Yeah, like I said, I thought Presley did a really nice job with our defensive scout. Sean did a really good one with the offensive scout, and our team did a really nice job kind of executing. They're a team that gets a lot of tools off the block. They do some stuff that we repped out to try to make sure we were ready for, and I thought the team executed really well on that, and it showed. We held them to 0, so it's good.
It seems like this is one of those matches where when Naomi unloads a few times early, then she could just kind of do whatever she wants later on, hit the off speed, rolls, whatever, It just seems like it opens up the whole gamut of opportunities for her.
Yeah, again, I think there's some things with our system that can allow people to get open, and I thought, again, Sean did a good job with that kind of offensive scout, and there were some things we thought we could pick apart there and create pressure on them, and they did a really nice job executing. And once, like you said, once Naomi got a couple big kills, everyone's on their heels, and she's so high, she could just throw it in the box and score pretty easily.
Coach, you have obviously a Big 12 victory at home with a sweep after coming off a loss on the road. How are you carrying that momentum into Friday when you're facing another Big 12 opponent?
Yeah, I mean, BYU is scary. They've got 2 really, really good outsides. They got a huge middle. I know they're dealing with some injuries right now, but I'm sure they're fired up to play us after that tough match that we had against them last time. So I think our team is going to be very focused.
To piggyback off that, and obviously wanting to make adjustments, I mean, how much, obviously, looking at the film of that last match, but getting ready for this one, but how much do you take from that last match and just perceive maybe what they might do counter-wise?
Yeah, I mean, we do that for every time we play them the second time. We'll review our match, we'll review the most recent matches. I think they lost another middle, and I think their libero might be out. I haven't watched them yet, but I know they've had a couple key injuries, but we'll watch the UAO. I'm going to go get on a Zoom with my staff when I get home in 30 minutes, and we'll get ready for tomorrow's practice.
Jillian was stressed, but was she not healthy to play, or?
Yeah, no, Jill is our utility, and so unfortunately for her, sometimes that means she doesn't get to go in because there's spots where we thought we might have to use her, and then we didn't. And so, honestly, between us, I'm gonna call her and say, she knows it. Every time I tell her, she's like, I know, whatever you need for the team, I'll do. And she's the best team kid ever. So.
You came out in a 5-1. So what went into that change? Before you put back.
Yeah, usually when we do that, there's some matchup stuff. We're looking at some serving matchups typically, or maybe it's we want Noemi on someone, etc. It just saves us subs in a 6-2 because you just run out so quick. So. Yeah.
You spoke about the offensive scouting. It seemed like you guys tipped really well, especially the opposites. Was that something that was in the scout?
Yeah. Maybe don't put that out there.
There it goes.
Largest segment of the year to start the game. Can you talk about how opening is so important because this year?
Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty good in our opening sets. I was actually happier with how we responded in the second set. It was a little sloppy at the start, and then we kind of cleaned it up because I think our last 3 matches at home, we've crushed them in the first set and then laid an egg in the second. So it was nice to see us kind of maintain the mental toughness to keep pushing. But yeah, that first set, our serving was on fire and our blocking was, we had, I don't know how many, I think we had 6 blocks or something crazy in that first set.
Through 2 sets, we were up 9-1.
Yeah, so we were.
And they started at 13% in that first set.
Yeah, it was crazy low. Yeah, so we got in a lot of trouble.
And Ella's blocking, and her and Glover together. Can you just talk about sort of that combination?
Yeah, we flipped Ella and Colby in this match. There's just some things systematically that we thought help us a little better if we do that. So again, Colby didn't have as many opportunities tonight because she wasn't on the floor quite as much as Lom was. But the nice thing about both of them is we can switch them back and forth based on matchups and whatever we want to do. And So it's nice to have that flexibility. Worked for us tonight.
Any other questions?
And there you go. Heard it from him. I mean, obviously, I asked him about the soccer pass, and he just said, I go to the touch, and he's. And there you go. Heard it from him. I mean, obviously, I asked him about coach the soccer pass. But yeah, I mean, it's a heck of a play. And like you heard him talk about Julian Yeller, the utility. Sometimes like you talk to her, and it's just if matchups don't present themselves, and yeah, I mean, against Texas Tech, they're like, well, I mean, they won the first at 25-6, 25-20, 25-16. Like, people might say, oh, get her in like third, if you put her in the second or even the third set, when you're up to get some reps. But yeah, I mean, in the rotations, and he's like, obviously you could run out of subs, but Piper Rama came in, like I said, and served in that set as well. But yeah, we are going to hear from Noemi Glover and Ella Lamagora, who, again, like I said, had one heck of a match just in general, and they'll talk about it. But yeah, I mean, look, Ella Lamagora and I mean, Noemi Glover, ever since she's been back, and that's why I asked Coach last week, I'm like, yeah, I get it. She's not gonna be playing if she's not, healthy and cleared. We all understand that. But at the same time, guys, like, it's one of those things where, she, getting your match legs back under you, right? I mean, that's the issue, right? Getting your match legs. Whoopsie. There we are. Getting your match legs back under you and making sure all, is good. So that's, to me, but I mean, she has, and you've seen, the kills and, I didn't show you. Oh, this is what we got to see when we're waiting to hear from him. She got a, and it wasn't her birthday, but the Overpass Happy Birthday Ball. And I will find it for you. I think this is it. No, that's not it. That's the kick. Yeah, this is it. So it's an overpass. Watch this, because again, in volleyball, on a server seat, let's bring that back. There we go. So basically, pops the ace, but look, the overpass. That is for you too. They call that the happy birthday ball because, again, when you're at the middle, or obviously playing against pins, you get a pass like that, and it's you get a pass like that, and it's lights out, obviously, for the team, because you have no chance in blocking. And I call it the happy birthday block. It's an overpass, and the block's not set up. They're, in position. They're trying to go over, get, obviously, stay in system. But, yeah, your back is, they're thinking they're going to get a pass. And, yeah, we'll do it. We'll put it up full screen one time. Put it up full screen for you. So just
If they're going to play Chile, and she would have already been out. If they're going to play Chile, and she would have already been out.
There I am. Yeah, you guys saw it right there. That's why I call it the happy birthday ball. It's an overpass. Who's ever at the net at the front is playing the obviously up front, but no block is there. It's not contested, and I mean she just elevates and just snaps it down again. Maybe not the hardest of hits, but it doesn't matter because not in position anyone to go for a block to challenge it, maybe to slow it down, pop it up to a teammate. And so, yes, Glover gets one of her 17 kills there. And like I said, in 3 sets, that's 5 kills a set. I mean, yes, they do feed her a lot, but at the same time, guys, it's crazy because when you think about it, it's one of those things where, it's 5 kills a set. I mean, look, defenses are rolling to you. Defenses are expecting to you. They're, and then, like you said, that opens up, and coaches talked about it. Girls have talked about it. It opens up the middles. It opens up, the other pin, and somebody like Bailey Miller, who's just out there, crushing it when she has to get it done as well. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, don't forget hockey this weekend. Again, before we hear from Ella Lamagora and Noemi Glover. Hockey, like I said, for Coach Powers, his team, the Devils are 3-5 right now. Colorado College is coming in. They are 7-1, guys. Second NCHC series, regular season series. So, man, get on out to Mullet Arena Friday, 7 p.m., Saturday, 5 p.m., like I told you. Yes, volleyball will be going on the same time on Friday. I know Sun Devil Nation, but again, pack both. Pack DFA. Don't let BYU have too many loud fans in there. And obviously pack Mullet Arena as well for hockey because, again, just finally back at home after a month. And we'll hear from Coach Powers tomorrow as he talked about, literally it's 3.5 weeks, but it's like they open up the season and they have what was that? Their so Well, we aren't going to hear from Ella Lamagora and but yeah, hockey wise, like I said, I mean, guys, it's crazy. So many young guys, and Coach talked about it. And like I said, we will hear from Coach tomorrow. Obviously, this series will kick off, like I said, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Mullet Arena. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where when you look at it, like, it's just. But yeah, no, I mean, look, hockey will be awesome tomorrow night, my friends. 7 p.m., like I said, Mullet Arena. At the same time, volleyball will be taking on BYU, which will be awesome as well. So, I mean, you can run back and forth across the parking lot, and they're in the good old lot 59, 58, 59, and see how it goes. So yeah, I mean, look, and when you think of that, like I said, real quick, we're getting more of the hockey roster, but like a lot of new players. Yes, mixed with vets. I mean, Cruz Lucius is back. That kid, I mean, started maybe coach. Like I said, coach maybe a teeny bit slow. But yeah, we'll talk about those new guys. And how they obviously coming along, but I mean, yeah, Cruz Lucius too. This kid in Fuego to this point, and yeah, big fan of what he's doing. Like I said, I'm pretty sure he has 7 goals. So yeah, to lead the team as well. So yeah, not too shabby. It looks like we actually might get to hear from Ella Lamagora and Noemi Glover before we get out of here. Fingers crossed. We shall see. So yeah, I know volleyball players will be at hockey on Friday, and no hockey players will be at volleyball on Friday. So that is a bummer. But again, football obviously off this weekend too. But yeah, again, what Coach Powers has done in the hashtag be the tradition, and they've built it. They're building it up, and I mean, yeah, just to see it. But yeah, there's young guys, there's freshmen on this team, and Potsy, Colin Potter. You talked about him. I will spoil some of what he said, but when you see it tomorrow, is that he needs to get to the net, and but yeah, I mean, he's distributing the puck, but it's like he needs to get to the net more. It's like that's the kind of kid 1 goal turns into 3, maybe 4. So yes, big fan of that, but nonetheless, yeah. So look, there's a lot out there. Again, basketball, like I said, both men's and women's hoops. Want to know? Loving it. Women play Saturday again at 2. Men play Sunday at 1 p.m. And yeah, don't forget triathlon, which ASU is hosting, the Collegiate National Championship in Tempe, is tomorrow or Saturday as well, and that's at 3 p.m. Yeah, it is national championship time for so their final race is obviously, like I said, Saturday, and they host the 2025 Women's Collegiate Triathlon National Championship at Tempe Town Lake. Obviously, the 7 Sun Devil racers suiting up this weekend are Naomi Ruff, Sydney Clement, Alex Campbell, Brittany Brown, Zoe Mari, Adam, and Alessandri and Sonia De Koning. ASU's Heat A is the last of 3 waves to race and will start at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, obviously time here in Arizona, following with the award ceremony following at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So, yes, the ASU's been national champs 7 times, crowned national champs, by the way. I'll remind you this tomorrow, too. 7 times in the last 8 years, guys. 7 times in the last 8 years. And unfortunately falling too, and since they did win the title, I will say their name, the University of Arizona. Yes, to Arizona last season en route to his 2nd place finish in 2024. So, yeah, looking to get back that national championship. Yeah, I mean, you look at their schedule real quick this year for triathlon. They were at Southern Hills Super Sprint in Hot Springs, South Dakota. They took 3rd out of 8 teams. And then in Loma, California at the Desert's Edge Collegiate Cup, 1 out of 8. And then at the Duel in the Desert, with that team down south, they took 2nd. Oops. Oh, wow. But yeah, I mean, the Duel in the Desert, they took 2nd, and then and that's actually when they went to the Duel in the Desert in Tucson. That was the first race on Arizona's triathlon home turf. Sydney Clement had a podium finish. ASU's 54 points were 6 shy of Arizona's 60, which was enough for the home team to claim the Duel in the Desert title. But in the preliminary round that day, all 13 of the Sun Devil Sun Devils roster raced, and 7 made the cut for the finals, which was the top 14 qualifying time. So, yeah. Yeah, Sydney Clement was the first Sun Devil finisher and third after her 30:06:42. Naomi Ruff was right behind her in fourth place after crossing the finish line in 30:10:08. So, yeah, guys, it's like I said, very exciting there. And then Southern Jewel Desert at the East Regional Qualifier, where they were second out of 10 teams. That was in North Carolina, headed to Troutman, the end of August, back on October 25th. And then, 3 p.m., the Collegiate Triathlon National Championship out of Tempe Town Lake, again on Saturday. So you can still go to swimming in the morning. You can check out women's hoops for a little bit. Maybe go over to the town lake, check out some triathlon, and then at 5 p.m. head to. I'll remind you of all this tomorrow, by the way, too, guys, on Pitchfork Lunch. But yes, it's man, very very awesome, and so that is Saturday. And like I said, I met Queen College, which is from Charlotte, North Carolina. They are here. Let's see. Lastly, I wanted to let's see. But yeah, I know for triathlon, they like I said, it's just they don't compete a ton, and they've been honored at Hoops Games before. They come out, obviously, like I said, 7 out of 8 national championships, and then yes, Arizona won last year. Since they won, I will say for the triathlon's sake, Arizona. And then ASU finished second. So, yeah, you figure 7 straight national titles and then a second place. Yeah, that doesn't suck whatsoever at all. I wonder if – that's what I wanted to see. But yeah, I mean, it's let's see. Yeah, so Heat C, but like I said, starts at 9:30. The Heat C transition opens at 9:30, then at 9:50 to 10:10, Heat C swim warm-up, 10:10 a.m. transition closes, athletes call-out begins, and then Heat C race starts at 10:30. So, and then for Heat B, yay! So we'll hear from them tomorrow. But yeah, we'll hear from Glover and Lamagora tomorrow. As like I said, it's taking BYU, but talking about the win. And that's going to do it, man. It was, again, phenomenal day. Love it. Got to hear from Coach Van Neal. Again, hockey, football, obviously at the bye week, but basketball getting rolling, everything. So, man, and women's hoops, yes, the row. Hit me up with the quote tomorrow in the comments. Leave it there. What did Molly Miller say? Because she's kind of added to Kenny Dillingham's. So come on, interact with me. Let me have it. So anyway, again, hope we got most of your thirst quenched, but I know there's always more. It is Sun Devil Nation. So I'm going to get out of here again. I will see you tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel as we get out of here. And you guys know it. Just like reigning Big 12 champs, women's volleyball told me, has reminded me, has let me know that I couldn't believe that I, of all people, actually forgot. And for me, maybe not forgot, but just hadn't really highlighted it and pointed it out. I guess we could leave it like that. But nonetheless, I may have. So that being said, but yes, it is hashtag our state, as like I said, the reigning Big 12 champs women's volleyball, always reminding me of. You guys know it. You guys know how I feel. Obviously, go Devils tonight. A little bit of a breather before the weekend of awesomeness and madness and just absolute fun starts. But yeah, so go Devils, and you guys know it. I will see you tomorrow, like I said. And as always, my pitchfork lunchers, forks up.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Playmaker, Plummer will put it up, throws over the middle. Poole, touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levitt switches to Scatterbo. Scatterbo breaks defenders. Here he goes again.
Scatterbo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
Revenge on this defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. Doesn't matter.